Now, how does the mind become quiet? Without effort, you're following? Without control? Without being drilled? Without following, shaping, giving it a border, a frontier with which, how to make the mind, no, not how. Because the moment you ask how, you are introducing a system, right? Therefore there is no how. Can the mind become quiet? I don't know what you are going to do about it. When you see the problem, when you see the necessity, the truth of having a quiet, delicate, subtle mind, which is absolutely quiet, how are you going to do it? How is it to happen? Because only such a mind is a religious mind. It's only such a mind that sees the whole of life as a unit, as a unitary movement, not fragmented. Therefore, such a mind, when it acts totally, not fragmentarily, because it acts out of complete stillness. Now, how is that to happen? And that is the problem of meditation. You have laid the foundation of a life of complete relationship, which we went into yesterday. A life that is orderly, and therefore virtuous. A life that is extraordinarily inwardly simple, and therefore totally austere. Not the austerity of the priest, which is harsh, brutal, but the austerity of deep simplicity, which means the mind is not in conflict. And when you have laid that foundation, easily without any effort, because the moment you introduce effort, there's conflict. Because you see the truth of it. And therefore it is the perception of what is that brings about radical change. So when you perceive, when the mind sees clearly that it's only a quiet mind, which means the brain cells which carry the memories of centuries, they must also become quiet and only respond when necessary and not otherwise. You follow it? Oh, come on. Only respond when challenged completely, but otherwise remain completely quiet. That's the problem. It's only a quiet mind, really totally still mind, that understands that in that still mind there is a movement which is totally different, of a different dimension, of a different quality. That can never be put into words, because that is indescribable. But what can be described is up to this point. the point when you have laid the foundation and see the necessity, the truth, and the beauty of a still mind. For most of us, beauty is in something, in the building, in the cloud, in the shape of a tree, on the beautiful face. Is beauty out there, or is it a quality of mind that has no self-centered activity? Because like joy, beauty is essential in meditation, the understanding of beauty. And beauty is really the total abandonment of the me. And with the eyes that have abandoned the me, can see the tree and the beauty of it and the loveliness of a cloud. That is, when there is no center as the me. It happens to each one of us, doesn't it? When you see a lovely mountain, when you come upon it suddenly, there it is. Everything has been pushed aside except the majesty of that hill. That hill, that mountain, that tree absorbs you completely. It's like a child with a toy. The toy absorbs the child. And when the toy is destroyed, the child is back again in his, whatever he's doing, in his mischief, he's crying, all the rest of it. Likewise with us. When you see the mountain or the single tree on a hilltop, it absorbs you. And we want to be absorbed by something, by an idea, by an activity, by a commitment, by a belief, or be absorbed by another, which is like the child with a toy. And so, beauty, which means sensitivity, the body that's sensitive, which means right diet, right way of living. When you have all this, and if you've gone that far, and I hope you will, or you are doing it now, then the mind will inevitably and naturally, unknowingly becomes quiet. You can't make the mind quiet, because you are the mischief maker. You are yourself disturbed, anxious, confused. How can you make the mind quiet? But when you understand what quietness is, when you understand what confusion is, what sorrow is, whether sorrow can ever end, when you understand pleasure, then out of that comes an extraordinary quiet mind. You don't have to seek it. You must begin at the beginning And the first step is the last step. And this is meditation.